The story opens on a quiet farm in rural Massachusetts. In the evening, a man named Adam Clay walks toward a small bar near several beehives. He wears a full protective suit and carries the tools needed for beekeeping. Inside the barn, Adam carefully works with the bees and gently removes a hive and secures the nest. After completing the task, he seals the equipment and steps back outside into the fresh air. Waiting nearby is the farm's owner, a retired school teacher, Eloise Parker. She appreciates the effort Adam puts into maintaining the bees and expresses her gratitude.
I just wanted to thank you.
Crabgrass and weeds, and you brought it back to life. You're a blessing.
Adam also values Eloise deeply because she has given him a place to stay and treats him with kindness and respect. Their relationship feels genuine and peaceful. As Adam prepares to leave, Eloise invites him to join her for brunch. Later that day, Eloise continues her normal routine at home. She runs a charity organization that helps children, and much of her work depends on her laptop. However, Eloise suddenly notices the laptop slowing down. The screen begins showing error messages and warning signs about a system problem. After a few moments, a notification appears on the screen along with a phone number for technical assistance. Concerned about her files and charity records, Parker immediately calls the number. The call connects to a man named Boyd, who presents himself as a representative from a company called United Group Antivirus Software. He apologizes for the inconvenience and guides Eloise through steps that are supposedly meant to repair the issue.
United Data Group, good afternoon. This is Boyd. How may I help you? In mind that you will lose all your data.
Tell me what to do.
At the same time, he explains that there is a possibility her data could disappear during the process. Eloise becomes worried as all of her important files and her children's pictures are saved on the laptop. Boyd reassures her that he will resolve the problem and even offers compensation for the trouble she experienced. Although Eloise initially feels that compensation is unnecessary, Boyd continues encouraging her to accept it. Eventually, she provides her bank account details so the money can be transferred. A short time later, Parker checks her account and discovers that $50,000 has been deposited. Almost then, Boyd apologizes to her and reveals that the payment was a mistake. According to him, the company normally sends only $500. He explains that if the extra money is not returned quickly, he could lose his job. Feeling sympathy for him, Eloise hesitates first but agrees to return the amount. She logs into her banking account using the same laptop, unaware that the scammers already have remote access to her system. The moment she enters her password, the scammers capture her banking information and drain the entire account. Within minutes, $2 million belonging to the charity disappears from her bank account. In another location, Boyd and his team celebrate the successful scam. Meanwhile, Eloise sits confused and in shock, realizing that the stolen money belonged to the charity. Not knowing what to do, she begins to cry. That evening, Adam works alone in the barn collecting honey from the beehives. After filling a jar, he decides to bring it to Eloise's house. When he enters the house, the silence feels unusual. As he walks further inside, he notices a gun on the floor and then discovers Eloise's lifeless body. At that moment, a woman named Verona Parker suddenly arrives and points a gun at him. Adam recognizes her as Eloise's daughter, an FBI agent.
Don't move. Don't you fucking move. And what are you doing in my mother's house?
Verona, I'm so sorry.
Believing Adam might be responsible, Verona arrests him and escorts him outside. Soon, the quiet house turns into a busy crime scene as police cars surround Eloise's house. Officers investigate and move around collecting evidence. An officer believed the case appears to be a suicide. However, Verona refuses to accept that explanation so easily.
A world where she committed suicide.
That woman loved life more than anybody. Let's just completely ignore the big white dude in her house with a knife.
She strongly believes her mother loved life and would never choose to end it. Because Adam was the one inside the house, Verona begins to suspect him. He is placed in custody and taken away for questioning while the investigation continues. Meanwhile, Verona walks back into the house to search for answers. She opens Eloise's laptop and carefully studies the files and bank records stored on it. After reviewing the information, she discovers something shocking. Nearly $2 million have disappeared from Eloise's bank account. The realization slowly connects the pieces in her mind. She steps outside the house and spends the entire night sitting alone, thinking about everything that has happened. By the time morning arrives, the officer arrives taking Adam as the investigation finishes. The officers carefully analyze the weapon found near Eloise's body. Surprisingly, Adam's fingerprints are nowhere on the gun. This detail begins to change the direction of the investigation. The officers finally conclude that Parker took her own life. With no evidence against him, Adam is released from custody. Later that day, Verona visits the barn where Adam works with the beehives. She approaches him quietly and expresses regret for accusing him earlier. Adam listens calmly and responds with understanding, realizing that anyone in her situation would have reacted the same way. The two sit together inside the house, while Verona explains the stolen money included not only the charity funds, but also everything Eloise had saved throughout her life.
She got scammed. Her savings, her retirement, they got $2 million out of that account.
Verona also mentions that she contacts an FBI agent and learns that a crew has been running similar operations for nearly 2 years, targeting innocent people across the country. Despite many investigations, the FBI still have no clear identities for the scammers and have been unable to stop them. Hearing this fills Verona with anger and grief. She desperately wants justice for her mother and hopes the scammers responsible will eventually be punished. After their conversation ends, Adam quietly leaves the house and makes a phone call to a woman who appears to know him well. She questions whether he has truly retired, and Adam confirms that he has. Even so, he requests a favor and describes the entire situation to her. He explains that the organization behind the operation is extremely powerful, that even the FBI cannot reach them. Adam asks her to track the crew's location. After some time, the woman manages to trace the scammers and calls Adam to inform him. She sends him the address of their office building.
I thought you retired.
I need a favor. Even the FBI can't find these people. But you found them.
Sure.
Once Adam receives the location, he prepares for action. He fills 2 bottles with gasoline, places them in his vehicle, and drives to the location, a call center near Springfield run by Mickey Garnett. When he arrives, 2 security guards attempt to block his entrance. Adam quickly overpowers both of them and moves inside. Chaos spreads through the office as employees watch him beat one worker, drawing everyone's attention. Adam forces the frightened employees to swear they will never steal from innocent people again.
I will never steal from the weak.
Afterward, he pours gasoline across the office system. Employees panic and rush toward the exits as Adam warns them to escape before the building burns. At that moment, Mickey Garnett appears with several bodyguards. He asks Adam about his identity, and Adam reveals he is a beekeeper. The guards attack Adam, but he defeats them one by one with surprising ease. Before leaving, Adam places a bomb inside the building and walks outside. When the next phone call reaches the office line, the bomb activates, leading the entire building in a massive explosion. After that, we see Derek Danforth, a tech bro who is the leader of the United Group antivirus software. After the destruction of the call center, Mickey Garnett survives and contacts Derek Danforth and informs him about the sudden attack. The news immediately fills Derek Danforth with anger because he is hearing about the disaster far too late. Mickey Garnett explains that a strange man stormed the building, attacked the employees, and planted a bomb that destroyed the entire place. Unfortunately, all the security cameras burned in the explosion, leaving them with no visual evidence. The only unusual detail Mickey Garnett remembers is that
the cameras and the drives burned up in the fire.
Just give me a name right now.
Sir, I don't have it. He had a hat.
Oh, he had a hat.
Derek Danforth begins thinking carefully about the situation. Since they have scammed thousands of people over the past few years, he believes the attacker could be someone seeking revenge. He orders Mickey Garnett to check the records of every victim they have targeted recently and find the attacker. Meanwhile, Verona receives a phone call from an FBI agent, Matt Wiley, who informs her about a massive explosion at the United Group antivirus software. Verona immediately drives to the site to see what happened. When she arrives, she finds firefighters and investigators examining the destroyed building. It becomes clear that someone deliberately attacked the call center, though no one yet understands who is responsible. Not long afterward, Mickey Garnett gathers a few hitmen and begins tracking down the mysterious attacker. Their search eventually leads them to a quiet rural area where they notice Adam sitting alone inside his vehicle. Confirming that he is the target, they secretly follow him from a distance. The trail soon leads near the barn. However, they fail to realize that Adam already expects their arrival and has prepared himself carefully. Mickey Garnett and the hitmen begin firing bullets in every direction. Despite having no firearm, Adam moves through the shadows with precision. He quietly ambushes the first attacker and takes him down before disappearing again. Moments later, he emerges from another corner and eliminates the second hitman just as quickly without being noticed. At the end of the fight, only Mickey Garnett remains alive. Terrified and desperate, he struggles to escape while calling for help. Instead of killing him immediately, Adam decides to punish him first, cutting some of Mickey Garnett's right-hand fingers with a bandsaw. While he is screaming in pain, Adam leaves him injured and helpless in the barn. Later, when Verona is investigating a man near the call center, Matt Wiley comes and takes her away. He informs her that a fire has broken out in the barn where Adam had been working. Verona rushes there immediately. While searching the area, investigators discover an ID belonging to Mickey Garnett inside the barn. Matt Wiley mentions that Adam Clay, the beekeeper who had been staying there, has suddenly disappeared. This discovery raises suspicion, making Verona wonder if Adam is somehow involved in the events surrounding the United Group antivirus software. Meanwhile, Mickey Garnett manages to escape and travels far from the barn, believing he has finally reached safety. He contacts Derek Danforth again and attempts to explain what happened. Derek Danforth becomes even more furious and demands every piece of information Mickey Garnett has about the attacker. Boyd admits they underestimated the man and only knows that he works as a beekeeper. Before Mickey Garnett can continue, Adam suddenly appears and captures him. Adam ties him tightly using ratchet straps and connects a hook from Mickey Garnett's body to his vehicle. Then he starts the vehicle and lets it drive toward the bridge. As the vehicle plunges into the water, Mickey Garnett is dragged down with it while Derek Danforth listens to his scream through the phone call. Afterward, Adam picks up the phone and calmly informs Derek Danforth that he will be the next target.
I'm gonna burn you down. I'm about to show you.
On the other side, Derek Danforth grows increasingly worried and discusses the situation with Wallace Westwild, a former CIA director working for him. Wallace Westwild listens and tells him if a beekeeper is threatening him, it means he is in danger.
You've disturbed a beekeeper. A beekeeper says you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
At the same time, Verona continues digging into Adam's background with Matt Wiley. She searches through government databases, criminal records, and old identification files, hoping to uncover anything connected to his past. Surprisingly, every search returns nothing. It is as if Adam never existed in any official system. While they struggle to find answers, news suddenly arrives that Mickey Garnett's body has been discovered, prompting them to leave immediately for the location. Meanwhile, Derek Danforth's mother, Jessica Danforth, who is the President of the United States, contacts Wallace Westwild and urges him to handle the dangerous situation quickly before it grows worse. Wallace Westwild understands the seriousness of the threat and decides to contact Janet Harward, the CIA director. He informs her about the beekeeper Adam and requests for her help. At the same time, Verona and Matt Wiley examine Mickey's body and collect evidence from the scene. Shortly afterward, Janet Harward calls Wallace Westwild back with new information. Her investigation confirms that Adam once worked as a beekeeper. However, she explains that Adam has already retired. Janet Harward assures Wallace Westwild that the currently active beekeeper has been sent to eliminate him. Later that night, Adam stops near a quiet gas station. While he sits in his vehicle, another vehicle suddenly crashes into it from behind. Anisette Landris, a psychotic beekeeper, steps out of the vehicle, and Adam instantly realizes she is his successor and is sent to kill him. Without hesitation, the two begin fighting. Both beekeepers display incredible skill and strength. Their fight continues for a long time as each tries to gain the upper hand. However, Adam's experience eventually proves stronger. Anisette Landris slowly loses control of the fight. In the end, Adam is forced to take extreme action. He burns her alive to stop her completely. Before leaving, he cuts off one of her fingers and keeps it with him. While leaving from there, he asks a frightened man for his vehicle keys. Then, he destroys the entire gas station in a massive explosion. Soon afterward, Janet contacts Wallace Westwild again and informs him that the plan has failed. The beekeeper agent sent to kill Adam is dead and informs that the beekeepers promptly declare neutrality. She leaves Wallace Westwild to deal with the situation on his own. Later, Verona and Matt Wiley arrive at the destroyed gas station to investigate the area. They find a book about the beekeepers. As they study the scene, they realize that neither Adam nor the Anisette Landris appears in any official records, which means they are connected to each other. This discovery convinces them that Adam is far more dangerous than they originally believed, so they decide to track him down themselves. Meanwhile, Wallace Westwild gathers a group of Black Ops team led by Pettis and briefs them about the beekeepers. It is revealed to be an elite and highly elite human intelligence organization dedicated to protecting the United States through any means necessary, functioning outside formal government control and guided by a disciplined structure modeled on the organized behavior of worker bees in a beehive. When the Black Ops learn they are being sent after a single man, Wallace Westwild immediately warns them that Adam is not an ordinary target.
He's not like you. If you were in the same room, he would kill you.
On the other hand, Verona and Matt Wiley gets a call and get worried when they learn that the deputy director of the FBI wants to meet them. While the Black Ops team begins searching for Adam, he is already moving ahead with his own plan. Using the finger he cut from the Anisette Landris, he gains access to her secret warehouse. Inside, he collects weapons and logs into a secure system to track down Derek Danforth's location. Once he discovers where Derek Danforth is hiding, Adam prepares to move toward that location, which is 9-Star United Center in Boston, overseeing Derek Danforth's global scam call centers. Meanwhile, Verona and Matt Wiley meet with Jackson Prigg, deputy director of the FBI, and present their findings, and suspect Adam Clay's next target is 9-Star United Center in Boston. When Jackson Prigg questions what they want, Verona requests a special FBI SWAT team to help stop Adam before things escalate further. At the same time, Black Ops team arrives at the 9-Star United Center in Boston. Outside, an FBI SWAT team secretly prepares for Adam's expected arrival. Inside the building, employees continue working on their scam operation as if everything is normal. Before long, Adam appears at the location. His sudden arrival catches the SWAT team off guard. Without hesitation, he launches a fast and brutal attack, overpowering them with shocking ease. After defeating the SWAT team, Adam quietly enters the building and blends in among the office workers. However, one of Black Ops team members eventually recognizes him and attacks. The rest of the team quickly join the fight, but Adam skillfully avoids their assaults and defeats them one after another until none remain standing.
You know who you're working for?
None of my fucking business.
Finally, Adam captures Rico Anzalone, the manager of the 9-Star United Center, and pressures him for information about the real owner of the operation. At first, Rico Anzalone resists, but eventually he admits the true mastermind is Derek Danforth, the son of the President of the United States. However, just as the secret comes out, Verona, Matt Wiley, and the FBI team suddenly arrive with weapons drawn, surrounding Adam.
Clay!
That man is directly responsible for your mother's death.
But we have laws for these things.
You have laws for these things until they fail.
Before they can arrest him, Adam manages to escape the building and disappear once again. Soon afterward, Verona and Matt Wiley carefully analyze the information they gathered. They discover that both scam companies, NSU and UDG, are secretly connected to Derek Danforth Enterprises, a large corporation owned by the Danforth family. This company develops software used by several government agencies, giving the family enormous influence. The shocking truth reveals that the online scam network is secretly operated by the president's own son. Verona also realizes that Adam might not stop at exposing the scam. If he continues his mission, he could eventually target the president herself, Jessica Danforth. After learning this, Jackson Prigg, deputy director of the FBI, immediately assigns Verona and Matt Wiley to track down Adam Clay before he reaches the Danforth family. The next day, President Jessica and Derek Danforth host a large charity event at their beachfront mansion. Guests, officials, and security personnel fill the property while the event continues under heavy protection. Even with this massive security presence, Wallace Westwild remains deeply worried about Danforth's safety. To strengthen protection, he hires a group of experienced South African mercenaries led by a fighter named Lazarus. Lazarus claims that he once fought and defeated a beekeeper in the past, though the battle cost him one of his legs. While everyone focuses on protecting the mansion, Adsum quietly moves forward with his own plan. He secretly enters the Danforth estate through a drainage channel and hides beneath a delivery truck. After slipping inside the property, he silently disables a SWAT officer and plants explosives on several Secret Service vehicles outside. Then he puts on a disguise and blends into the charity event like an ordinary guest. Meanwhile, Verona meets with President Jessica and reveals everything about the scam network run through Danforth Enterprises. She explains how Derek Danforth used multiple companies to steal money from innocent people. When Jessica learns that even her political campaign funds came from these illegal operations, anger and shock overwhelm her.
You did this, right? You broke the rules. You corrupted and we were already rich. You're nervous because I care and I want to leave a better world.
Around the same time, Verona notices signs that Adam has already infiltrated the mansion. She quickly orders the security teams to surround him. Adam realizes he is trapped with weapons pointed at him from every direction. He slowly kneels, appearing to surrender. However, this moment is only part of his strategy. Within seconds, the explosives he planted on the Secret Service vehicles detonate outside, creating a massive distraction. Using the chaos as distraction, Adam defeats the officers surrounding him and rushes deeper into the mansion in search of Derek Danforth. As he moves through the building, he fights both Secret Service agents and Wallace Westwild's hired mercenaries. Although he injures several security agents, he shows no mercy toward the mercenaries who attempt to stop him. Eventually, Adam reaches the hallway, leading to the President Jessica's private office. There, he faces Lazarus in a brutal fight. After a long and violent struggle, Adam defeats the mercenary and continues toward his target. Before he can reach the office, Wallace Westwild confronts him and tries to stop the attack. Adam ignores the warning and brutally disables Wallace Westwild before moving forward. Inside the office, Derek Danforth grows desperate as his mother prepares to expose his crimes. In panic, he grabs a gun and shoots the FBI agent present in the room. At that same moment, Adam plants an explosive device on the door and forces his way inside. As Adam enters the room, Verona and other agents follow closely behind. Derek Danforth panics and grabs his own mother, Jessica, using her as a hostage. The situation becomes extremely tense as everyone stands frozen. Seeing Derek Danforth willing to harm even his own mother, Adam Clay finally makes his decision. He fires a single shot, killing Derek Danforth and ending the threat. Adam immediately escapes through a nearby window. Verona Parker has a solid chance to shoot him but chooses not to. Remembering her mother and the victims of the scam, she allows Adam to escape. After that, Clay reaches the beach, where he uses hidden scuba gear to disappear quietly into the ocean.